Is it recording? Okay, cool. Let me double check. Perfect. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Hey,
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So I'm all recording now. I'm really excited, Sam, for coming in through the podcast, which is Go with the Flow Weddings. And I know you're busy. I know you have the little girl. A little girl or boy?
No, I'm actually due next month, so not quite yet, but a little boy on the way.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
Yeah, super excited.
So last time we spoke, that was like probably a year ago, or like the first time we spoke was like probably a year or 2 years ago. And I know you didn't have a baby yet, but like it's kind of like following your journey. It's kind of like so amazing because now you're having a baby, because we go back way back then, and now I can see your journey. Now you're having a baby, so it's really exciting to see that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we're so excited. It's definitely going to be a new adventure, so we'll see. We'll see
That's
how it
good. So
goes.
yeah, I'm really excited, Sam. Sam is a photographer. If you could give me a little background about how long you've been doing photography for, and like like basic information about your business and what you do.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to chat with you,
Mhm.
and your new podcast is amazing.
Thank you.
So I'm honored to be a guest. Yeah, for like photography for me has always been a hobby. So I think because I have like a really bad memory, it is sort of an outlet for me to just remember things. So yeah, it's always been a hobby, but I was actually working back um, at Tiffany and Co on their creative design and production team. And this was about 3 years ago. They had this amazing benefit at the company where they would pay for any continuing like education. So because photography was always like such an interest, I was like, oh, I think I'll go back to school and get a certificate in photography and retouching. So I did. I did like night classes after my 9 to 5, 2 days a week, I think it was, until I had a certificate. And then it eventually just kind of evolved into this part-time hustle, which was then now a business. But yeah, it's been quite a journey so far, and it's been a lot of fun.
And you're doing well with your business, Sam. And I know you did mention that you were working on a 9 to 5 job. And if you kind of educate me, what is Tiffany and Co? Is that like a what is that company like?
Yeah, so Tiffany is it's a luxury jewelry company. So they sell all kinds of luxury things, but mostly like engagement rings, I think they're known for, like the blue box. I don't know if you've ever seen. Um, but yeah, they're a pretty big company. So yeah, I was in like the kind of like fashion field,
Hmm.
working on production with them. So it was very different from what I'm doing now.
I know that's so cool because that's the information that I remember because you posted that a few maybe a year ago. You did post something about what the 9 to 5 job and then transitioning to your the photography page. So I'm really happy for you that it all worked out, that you have a successful business for photography, because I'm sure it was a lot of a leap of faith, coming out of that 9 to 5 secure job, and then now you have a photography. What made you like push on to like I'm gonna leave my 9 to 5? Like what was the urge like if that makes sense?
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of photographers can relate to this. It's definitely a scary feeling because you're leaving such a steady like paycheck and schedule. And for a lot of people, since they've graduated college, might be like that might be the
Mhm.
only thing they really know. So it's a comfortability thing as well. Um, but yeah, I kind of just was like, I need to just take the leap. but yeah, it took a while to get to that point. Like I was hustling really hard. I remember feeling so burnt out, like right before I left my 9 to 5, because I was working during the week and then doing the business on the weekends and sometimes at night if I could catch like golden hour or sunset. And I just remember like, okay, once I have all my student loans and my debt paid off, I'm doing it. Like that's my cutoff. So I kind of just took the leap.
And you did, I mean, your work is so good, Sam. Like, it's so amazing. If I
Oh,
had to describe it in my own words, Sam, your work, I see like an elegant, like extravagant feel of it, but at the same time, it's more modern and classy, if that makes sense. I don't know if Tiffany and Co may had influenced your type of work, but I don't know if that makes sense. But like, my point is like your work is such, I love the style of your work and the vibe that you're giving. And I feel like you're attracting the couples that you want to work with, and it's really consistent, like what you're putting out there. And yeah, I mean, it seems like you've I know you had this style shoot as well, one of like the best venues in the Hudson Valley, which is like the Cedars Lake. So you've done that in the past. And also what stood out to me in your business is that like it seems like you're really passionate about teaching, teaching photography. It really, like, the message you put out there in your website seems like geared towards like teaching photographers. What made you like, what is it like made you want to, like, urge to teach like photographers?
yeah. So I think throughout the past few years, I've always kind of like kept my eye open into different opportunities of branching out. And I think like owning a photography business, there's so many avenues you can kind of take it and go down. There's so many different types of photography. There's the education side, which has been so fun. But yeah, I had my first workshop. I was like just really excited to not only provide an education experience and like styled shoot for photographers that maybe are just starting out or want to grow their portfolio in a certain area, but also just to connect with other like-minded folks, just to like have a good time and create those relationships. And that's been a really fun part of the business for me. I don't do very many of them. I have like one a year. And with COVID, it definitely like was a challenge planning this last year's, but it's been such a success. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've met so many cool people.
I know you did. I mean, like, the first time was following you, I was kind of like, just following your journey. And like, you did the style shoot at Cedars Lake, which you guys did an incredible job, hosting that. Like the photos that other photographers had posted from that style shoot. It was like, it was an iconic, style shoot, because like
Mm.
all the vendors, like did such a great job, like, putting the stuff together that made it into like this amazing, like the photos are so great. Yeah, I feel like it was part of the reason is like you hosting this workshop. I feel like it helps a lot of photographers, bring their business up. And I feel like, you know especially like hosting a style shoot, I could imagine the hardships about that. Like, I know you are doing a workshop this year at Glenwood, so that must be exciting.
Yes. So Glenwood was next on the list, and we actually decided to postpone it to 2021. It's going to be this October due to some of the like regulations and restrictions with the pandemic going on. But it seems like everything is on the up and up, and we decided to do just a one day fully packed with all kinds of good stuff, so that it wasn't like a huge issue finding accommodations and stuff. So we're really excited about that one. That's going to be the next one coming up.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I meant like 2021, not this year. So yeah, that's really exciting. So um so so pretty much, I know, also I wanted to touch up on this since I'm a wedding videographer. I know not a lot of photographers do a lot of, adding video to their photography business, but I feel like it's such an advantage adding a video to your, to your business, just because it brings you, it makes you more different from the other photographers, because like you're offering videos. So what is it like, just starting out your business? What made you want to do the, adding video to your photography? Because I feel like for photographers, like that's such a different, different kind of, you know, I guess industry, but at the same time, I feel like it's the same. But like, I feel like it's scary as well, like branching out to videography. But like, what made you pull the strings? Like, I'm gonna do video because I'm sure like that takes a lot for a photographer to come out of that comfort zone.
Yeah. So as you know, because you're an amazing videographer, video is a whole nother animal, like, yeah, compared to photography. But that being said, I love to learn new things. So I'm constantly like looking for opportunities to learn. And video for me still is very much a learning experience. I'm lucky to have some amazing teammates that work alongside me during weddings or are just there to teach me because I'm always investing in education as well for my business. So video has been, I've taken a lot of mentorship sessions, which I've learned a lot from other videographers in the industry. And I'd love to do a workshop maybe after the baby's not so newborn anymore. But I'd love to find a workshop in 2021 to do myself. Maybe that's focused
Mhm.
on video, which would be so fun. But yeah, so there are a couple of reasons why I decided to add video. One of them is it like diversifies your business so much, I feel. Um, as you mentioned, not many photographers also have that add-on option for clients. So I start to like, I was seeing a pattern in a lot of my inquiries, and these clients were like, oh, I'd love to hire you for photo. Can I also do video with you? And
Mhm.
I think just being like a one-stop shop is a huge advantage. Um, in a lot of cases, like it definitely depends, but in a lot of cases it's a huge advantage. And it's just nice for the client to be able to sign one contract for photo and video, um, talk to one point person, although I'm bringing like lots of other teammates that are super experienced and helping me along the wedding day. It's still me that's like helping them throughout the planning process and timelines, and it's just been a great addition to the business. What else? Let's see.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like your brand overall is like Sam Buffalo. Like I love everything you've created so far, and like adding that video, I feel like it still has. I feel like it's easy to create a video that's not your like the same style as your photography page. I feel like you've done such a great job creating a video that really has the same vibe as Sam Buffalo. I feel like that's the hardest part. Creating a video that relates to like Sam Buffalo, because I feel like you could just create a way complete different video, but I think you're doing such a pretty good job, transitioning to video, making it more like, the same as brand that you have, if that makes sense. I'm sorry for the English if there's a
No,
little bit
yeah, no, I that makes perfect sense. Yeah, one of the ways that yeah, because it's so important to stay on brand too, you can you can branch out in so many different ways, but it's really easy for you to like lose sight of that brand image. And that was one of the important things for me. And I'm still continuing to learn how to keep videos on brand and like matching the aesthetics of my photos, because I don't think it makes sense for a photographer to offer a video service that's completely different editing style on their photos, at least for me. So one of the ways I've done that is by creating like a custom LUT that matches my presets.
Mhm.
And that was one of the things that I learned first. I was like, oh gosh, like this editing is way different. Like we're not even using Lightroom anymore. It's an entirely new system. I use Premiere, so I had to create a LUT that worked Adobe Premiere, and it
No,
really is
it
still a work in progress, but it's come a long way.
No, you did such a great job, Sam. I could tell you that, it's like it has the same feel whenever I watch your video. It has the same feel as your brand. So I feel like, keep doing what you're doing. And I think it's just, I think you're doing such a great job. Also, I know it seems like you really want to like, go out there with you want to like learn and expand your business. This year, what are your goals? Are you planning on something that like expanding your business, such as, I know you're doing a workshop video, but is there anything else that you're trying to expand in general?
Ooh, that is a great question. I'm actually not quite ready to announce the next project, but
That's fine.
I do have something in the works. I feel like my mind is always like going, and I'm always like thinking, what can I do next? Um, yes, there is something that I will be announcing probably this summer, closer to like June or July. Um, that I will be adding on to my business, which I'm really excited about, but it's not quite in the announcing phase yet. But besides for that, I am going to be working really hard on that October workshop for photographers, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then, yeah, video has been such an awesome avenue as well for me. So
So that's exciting. So there's something in the plan. So we're kind of just waiting for it. I'm really curious what it would be like. So I know you do like presets and stuff as well. I think you've done that like, on your Instagram, but that's really exciting to be able to hear that you have something in plan. I'm really excited for that, what it is.
yeah, thank you. I'm excited too.
So I got a so Sam, so your brand is so unique. Like I feel like it's like like again, it's like classy, elegant. Where did you get this style came from? Like we're coming back again. Like where did you get the style? Where did you find your inspiration? Just kind of like when you started out, what who inspired you to create such work like you do now?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I
I'm
don't know.
sorry. I don't want it to feel like you're kind of like in the spotlight, because I'm curious, because like I love everything that you've created in your brand. It's like, San Buffalo, it has this feel to it, the aesthetic into it. So I was kind of just like curious about like, where is this coming from? Where is this inspiration? How did it start?
Yeah, well, thank you. That's so nice of you to say. Um, oh gosh, I don't know. I honestly feel like my style is always evolving. Like I'm constantly looking for inspiration on how I can tweak it here and there. But yeah, for the most part, for weddings and elopements, I try to stay pretty consistent. Um, so that I don't confuse the client and like I'm posting a million different styles on my
Right.
Instagram. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think I pull inspiration from everywhere. Obviously, there's other photographers I look up to tremendously in the industry, and that I've learned so much from. Just going to workshops myself, especially when I was just starting out, building my portfolio, learning how to edit, playing with different people's presets and then like
Mhm.
tweaking them to make them my own too. In the beginning was a big learning. Yeah, I'm also super inspired by different films. So
Mhm.
like films and movies that come out, and just the way that they're captured always inspires me too. So kind of a lot of different things there.
I feel it seems like I mean, going back to it seems like you have so many ideas. Like you're planning this like different things, and like you're constantly learning. And like I feel like what I said, your brand is evolving, and I really like what you've done with everything with your brand. Yeah, I know with COVID, how long specifically have you been photographing for for weddings for your business? How long have you been doing it, Sam?
I've been full time now for about 3 years. So before that, yeah, it was super part time, but I think it's
Hmm.
my third year now, full time, which is so crazy to say. So I still sort of feel like a newbie in the industry, although it also feels like a long time. Um,
It
yeah,
doesn't seem that way. It seems like you've been doing this forever, like with like the consistency of your work, and especially like it's I feel like it's so clean, like it's so organized. It seems like, just everything is perfect. So you see, like if I'm looking at your work, I was like, oh my God, this person's been doing this for 10 years or something or so. But
Oh my,
yeah, I mean, with COVID and etc., I'm sure like that would be your second year, I believe, or yeah, second year. So how, like I kind of just like touch up on like what happened to you with COVID. I don't really, did you do more of an elopement style? How did you like how did last year go for you with the COVID?
oh my God. Well, it's been quite a ride, which I'm sure you can relate to as well. I think it hit us and so many small business is in general in so many different ways. But um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the virus in a way has given the planet and like all the people a chance to recalibrate and just like pivot the best way they possibly can. We were kind of forced to pivot, right? So definitely by shooting more elopements, that helped a lot. And I think as you know, the virus kind of like became more of a normalized thing. Um, Couples getting married last year, although I felt so terrible for them, they really handled it so beautifully. And a lot of them just decided to do maybe like a micro wedding or elope. And yeah, kind of just like rolled with it. And if they needed to, they postponed to 2021. Are you there? I think I lost you for a second. Uh-oh. I think you're muted.
I can,
Oh,
you went back. I'm so sorry about that, Sam. Can you hear me okay?
yeah, I can hear you now. I think
Is
we got
we
disconnected for a second.
we're going with the flow, but it's still recording now, so we're still set.
That's cool with me. Yeah, I was like, oh, I don't know what I just did. I thought I did something. I'm like,
No, no, it was my it's my it was my end. So yeah, coming back to the last thing I remember was the COVID. Yeah, I know you said about your couples handling it beautifully with their weddings. You've been doing elopements last year a lot.
yeah. So definitely like the larger weddings, especially if they were indoors, they were all canceled because of the venue restrictions and all of that craziness. So I found that maybe like 75% of my couples decided to either elope or have like a small micro wedding with just close family outside and like plan something bigger for next
Hmm.
year. So I actually was quite busy, like especially towards the end of summer and fall, which was nice. I was really grateful to have work still coming in.
Well, it seems like, I mean, that's pretty much like what you're gearing towards as well, right? Like the elopement. So I'm glad that it did work out where, your couples, that's surprising because like 75% seems like a big, percentage for couples to, switch from a bigger wedding to an elopement style wedding. Are you having that? Do you see a pattern this year, or are you seeing a pattern this year for, couples transitioning to bigger to a smaller wedding or not yet?
Mm, I think that the traditional weddings aren't as popular as they have been in the past. I think couples are definitely becoming more open to having smaller scale events or eloping with just the two of them, or
Hmm.
maybe just a few close friends. I've gotten a combination, I would say like 50% small micro weddings slash elopements, and then 50% are still like at a venue, larger full day
Hmm.
weddings. And I kind of like the like like the variety, I guess, and it's
Hmm.
more fun to shoot like different things, so you're not doing the same thing every weekend.
Right, right.
Um, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I know. I mean, it's so much fun. I feel like I saw a photo that you posted last year for your weddings. I think there was an ice cream truck. Was that an ice cream truck, or maybe that was like family in the cars, like saying bye to this bride? I feel like it's just so different from
Oh,
normally your traditional wedding. So I think you posted that
yes.
from last year.
That was really cool. That was one of the examples, actually, that's a great example of how a couple was just like rolling with the time, and
Hmm.
how like COVID like dramatically changed their wedding plans. They had like this, a traditional wedding at a venue and everything that got canceled, and they decided to just do this backyard event,
Hmm.
invited very close family and friends. They had a brand new house that they had like just moved into, so they had still had like boxes and stuff being unloaded, but they were so chill and just kind of rolled with it. But yeah, they had a outside ceremony and cocktail hour, and then they had a drive by for the people that were invited to their original
Hmm.
wedding, but they couldn't like really have everyone there. And everyone made a parade for them, and they kind of just like drive by and dropped off cards and had balloons. And then they had a lemonade stand, and they said, they made a sign that said, When life gives you lemons." And they were
Oh
handing
no.
out the lemonade to everyone that drove by. And I thought it was so cute.
I thought it was the ice cream truck. So it was the lemon. Yeah, that's the
Lemonade,
specific
yeah.
yeah photo that I've seen. It was a lemonade shop. Yeah, that's so cool. I'm glad that you're doing well. Last year it didn't really affect you as much, but you still had the weddings. But I'm glad that you're still going at it. And then this year, who knows? I know. Where are you located by any chance? Are you located in the upstate New York, or I'm not really sure where you're located for your weddings or where you're doing the weddings?
Yeah, so my territory or like area,
Territory.
I don't know,
Sam Buffalo's
is
territory.
definitely like very large. I cover a lot in New York and Connecticut. I'm originally from the Hudson Valley,
Oh,
near
okay. Where at?
near New Paltz, New York. Um,
Okay, okay.
so I do shoot a lot in the Hudson Valley, which is upstate New York. And then I still take weddings in New York City, which I lived for 5 or 6 years. So I have some really awesome relationships with venues in the city, and I now live in Connecticut. So I kind of
So,
just made a huge circle, and I just hop all around.
so did you recently move to Connecticut with the new house? I know your husband or fiance. I'm not really hus
Husband. Yeah, Matt,
husband. Okay.
yeah.
So I know like you guys been doing a lot of renovations at your so
Oh
is
my
this the new home that you're at, like the renovations, I assume it would be?
Yeah, it's been a labor of love. So we decided when we were looking for a house to move to Connecticut just to get some more space and kind of escape the crazy city prices. So we moved out of New York City. We're now in Stamford, which is only like 45, 50 minutes away. It's still pretty close, which is nice. But yeah, we bought a 200-year-old house.
Oh
So
my God.
really old house, but it's been so much fun because it gave us like a lot of projects to do during quarantine. Uh,
Hmm.
we just keep like ripping things apart and redoing them. So,
It seems that your husband knows what he's doing when it comes
oh
to
yeah.
renovating.
When I say we, I should really give him like 99% of the credit
Nice.
here, because I'm the one that's like, oh, this color is cool, or this flap looks cool, but he does all the manual labor. He's really good at
I it
it.
seems like all I remember was just following your journey as well. And he does this what do you call that, gaming in his the VR set, and then it's
Oh
funny
my
to see
god,
him doing it
you
while
saw
you're
that?
taking a video.
Oh my gosh, the first time I saw that like VR headset, I was like, "What the hell is this thing?" I walk in and he's like, "Dude, I don't even know." It's
Well,
pretty
it seems like you guys are enjoying the new home, and especially you guys are having fun, and then the baby as well. So that's gonna be exciting. And you said you're gonna be due next month, correct?
yeah, we're due in April, so
Oh
uh
my God.
2 weeks away. Yeah.
So I know you reached out because you have a wedding in April. Are you gonna be still, are you still doing are you gonna keep some space for the wedding for now just because you're having a baby, or you're still going with your weddings this year, and the beginning of this year?
Yeah, so one of the tricky parts about finding out I was pregnant was telling all of my couples
Oh
around
my god.
May, because you book like a year or sometimes more out in advance, right?
Hmm.
So that was really tricky, but I kind of lucked out because due to COVID still, like I know a lot of the venues are opening back up now. So, but for some reason, like April wasn't too busy. I think I only had like
Hmm.
one wedding booked. And then May, I had a couple weddings, but I have a team that is amazing. And I also like reach out to friends and family to help cover during my maternity leave. Just like having like amazing connections in the industry definitely helps um, to help
Well,
cover shoot those. But I'll still be like doing all the editing from home.
oh, okay. Well, it seems like everything's all set up, so I'm glad that it all worked out with with the baby. I'm sure, it could be overwhelming, with that when that happens, and booking couples, like I feel like, navigating those. So I'm glad that it's all working out. But yeah, again, like great. I really love your job. I mean, I really love your work, Sam. It's like, like what you put out there. It's, I really love the style and the aesthetic and like the brand that you created. But like, I'm just excited to see where this goes from, from here on. Just kind of like, you're like to see where you're going, because like it's really exciting to see, the journey of someone, like especially you. Like, I reached out to you back then, and now you're having a baby, so it's kind of like I love seeing that transition of like, the journey. So do you have anything to say? I mean, do you have any like something to say with like news or something with everything going on, or how you're doing?
I don't know. I'm just feeling, I don't know about you. I'm just feeling super hopeful for 2021 because
Mm.
2020 was a shit show.
Of course. It was.
So yeah, I mean, with the babe coming, which is obviously so exciting, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a transition, being a new mom and a business owner and everything. But I'm really excited. Just like everything, there's light at the end of the tunnel with the pandemic
Mhm.
and things opening back up. And every day I'm like refreshing the news to see what the new like regulations are for the venues. And it seems like in most cases, at least I think New York and Connecticut now, they're allowing
Mhm.
up to like 150 people at most
Right, right.
venues
It's
now.
it
Is
re-
that, I don't even know where we're at now.
no, I mean, you keep refreshing. I mean, I was just kind of thinking, you keep refreshing your email saying it like your couples are may have to postpone, so it must be scary. But no, I meant like everyone. I feel like it's looking good for 2021. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like, more than 30 weddings this year, and only so far right now I only have like, two couples had reached out that they'll be postponing for next year. But I feel like with the venue like regulation as well, like when a couple book to a venue, I feel like there is some restriction where, a couple it may be harder for the couple to postpone again because of like, like their contract. But I feel like it's looking good for this year, I believe so, for especially if in New York. So I'm really hoping for
Yeah.
this year.
That's awesome. How many weddings did you say you have booked?
So I have 38, and I was booking for, I was planning on 40, but like, with the cancellation, I have 38 now. So I overall booked 38, which was 40 was my goal. So I'm just really excited, just because, the first year in this industry, I feel like, I really want to get as
Amazing.
much work as I can.
You're gonna be busy though. 38 is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in nursing school currently, and then once I, graduate this year, I'm gonna just, put my full on doing the wedding. So yeah, 38 is a lot, but like the type of work I'm giving to my couples, it's more doable, just because I'm, like if, for example, I'm just giving them like a 5 minute, highlight film, which is, which can take like 2 days to, just edit. So I just didn't take the 38 weddings having like, editing like a 20-minute video. So I feel like that would be a different story. But I feel like I set up myself okay for this year. So
Yeah.
I'm just excited for this year. And I'm sure you are excited as well because with the new regulation with like everything opening up with like New York, like the venue, so it must be like just a good news for everyone, going to this industry.
I think so. I think it's going to be a good year, and it's still early. I don't think of the official wedding season really kicked off for anyone yet, but it's about
Hmm.
to really soon. It's starting to warm up. You can like feel it outside and like
I know, I could
smell it in
feel
the
it.
air.
No, I mean, I was outside like a few days ago. And I felt this air, I was like, oh my God, it feels like spring or summer. Like I had that feeling. I could always feel that season changing. So anyways, I don't want to take more away time from you, Sam, but I really appreciate the time, you coming to this podcast and I get finally getting to meet you in person, I guess, virtually, but thank you again for coming in to the podcast. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, good luck with it. It's so awesome. I've been listening to all your episodes and I'm
Oh,
loving what you're putting out there. It's so nice that you're getting all of these industry friends together.
thank you. I mean, I feel like in the future we get to look back at this. We probably are looking at what the heck are we doing? What are we talking? But I feel like it's great to see where we're at now, and then looking back at it, in the future. I feel like it's such a great thing to have for a memory's sake, I guess, in the future. And I'm gonna post this in YouTube, and if you're okay with that, I'll post that to YouTube, and it should be out next week if that's okay.
Yeah, whatever you want. I'm cool with whatever. Thank you so much
Okay.
for having me.
Thank you again, Sam. I really appreciate your time, and then we'll keep in touch.
Yes, please do.
And good luck with the baby, and that's really exciting. And I'm really happy for you with that
Thank you.
with a new journey. So I can't wait to see more photos of the baby, and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you. Have a good
have a
day.
good
I'll
have
see
a good
you.
one, Sam.
All right, bye.
Bye.